We're here this week on King Spotlight with Monarch football coach Jeff Narr. Coach, thanks for being with us again this week.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, got a big rivalry game this week with Misericordia University on the road. But before we talk about that game, let's take a look back at last week's victory over Lycoming. Your Monarch squad posted an exciting 30-26 come-from-behind win over the Warriors at our field. Tremendous win, tremendous comeback, and it also marks the second time in the last 3 years that you beat Lycoming, one of the preeminent programs in the MAC. Talk about that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. It was a great win for our kids. I mean, they played hard, and they're resilient, and then they compete, like crazy, and they, they play for 60 minutes, and then they, understand that, and then, they made plays, and that was the thing that we were excited about. And offensively, we thought everything started to come together, and we did a good job moving the football, and defensively, we played a solid game, and then got off to a good start from there, and traded some things, and then had a great fourth quarter. I mean, we ran 25 plays and had almost 140 yards, and got 2 scores, and our defense limited them. Then they scored in the first play of the fourth quarter, and after that they ran 5 plays. After we get the field goal, we get a 3-and-out, and they punt it back to us, which we needed, which was awesome by our D, and set up our offense for the game-winning drive. So it was a good team win against a team, like you said, that's traditionally at the top of the MAC, and gives us the confidence as we move forward.
Well, Kings led in that game for the majority of the contest, and as you stated, Lycoming did take a lead early in the fourth quarter. Talk about the moxie that your team displayed and to get the ball back on their last 2 drives of the game and get scores that ultimately won the game.
Yeah, again, it goes back to our, the seniors and our, the leadership, and those kids haven't been in tight games, and we constantly talk to our kids that, over the course of the time we've been here, 70% of our games, are a score or less. So they know that they were going to be in a battle, no matter who they play, week in, week out, and it's just about making plays, and then take that play, and it's a history in itself, and then move on to the next play. So if things aren't going well, not to panic and just keep working and straighten things out and get things to go back our way. So to credit to our seniors and the leaders in there that once they took the lead, there was still plenty of time on the clock, and here's what we got to do. We need 2 drives that we got to get points off of, and we got to get a stop in between those drives, and you do that, you're going to give yourself a chance to win, and someone's got to make plays, and our kids did that, and it was really good to see.
Well, your quarterback, Tom Hare, really did an outstanding job in directing the offense. He wound up being the MAC Offensive Player of the Week this past week for his effort. He completed a career-high 24 passes in the game for 231 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also ran for another. But he was the quarterback on those last 2 drives, and he really showed a lot of poise in bringing the team down the field. So talk about the leadership and the type of competitor that Tom is.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see because Tom, again, had a really good game and kind of a breakout performance and improved against Del Val. Suffered an injury, couldn't play against Stevenson, and it was just a matter of, was he going to have any rust from the downtime with the bye and everything ready to go, and he had none. And the thing that we love about Tommy is his competitiveness. I mean, he's as competitive as they come. He wants to win, badly, and he's willing to find a way and make things happen. And then he works really hard, at becoming a complete quarterback. And he still has the ability to do things with his legs, and if he needs something, you need a play, Tommy's going to find a way to make it. And we always knew that, and he's been able to do that. And then he, again, did how he's involved with our pass game and making the reads, and things are slowing down as he gets experience. He's more comfortable back there, and you saw it, and he executed, our game plan, very, very well.
Now, going down the stretch of that game, King scores, takes the lead, Lycoming gets the ball back, and they want to start a drive. They complete a pass, it gets to around the 45-yard line, and looks like it's going to put them in good field position, but all of a sudden, Anthony Martuccio, our senior safety, comes in. Great strip of the ball, forces the fumble, and we recover. Talk about that play that Anthony made.
Yeah, I mean, again, defensively, we talk about trying to create turnovers. We're an aggressive, pressure type of a defense. So our kids, our coaches there work really hard with our kids to create turnovers, and they understand, when and how they can. And, we kind of held the receiver up a little bit, slowed them down, not necessarily sure we secure the tackle the way we want to go in. But, Anthony, who's one of our strongest kids on our team, probably one of the strongest DBs, in Division III, saw him, he had the ball out there and saw an opportunity to get in there and really had a great hold of it and just, ripped it right out. And Tyler Cruz was close there to recover. So something that, it's always good to see when you work things in practice and they're able to show up, in the game. And that way, your kids are getting it and they're doing a good job. And then, they understand it and they're able to take drills and things you do on the practice field and apply it in the game and apply it in a moment that, seals the victory is outstanding.
Well, it was a great win against a highly respected program in the MAC. But that game's now behind, and we're looking ahead to this week's game, and that's a road game at our local rival, College Misericordia. And Misericordia is a team that's only been in existence for 4 years now, but they've certainly made some progress. So talk about what you've seen on film from them between their first year and what you see now.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely, they improve every single year. Because of it's a rivalry, I mean, they give us everything they have, and we have great games with them. And just like, we keep telling our kids that, we think we're better than our record and a good football team. They're definitely, better than their record. They've been in every game, and then they kind of, other teams are able to capitalize on some mistakes or create opportunities, and then be able to, pull ahead towards the end. But they battle and compete with everyone on their schedule, and then, we expect nothing less and know we're going to get a great battle from them, at their place on Saturday.
Well, Misericordia is 9th overall in the MAC in total offense, but they're also one of the leading rushing teams in the conference, and that's due in large part to their senior quarterback, Jeff Puckett, who is a tremendous athlete, tremendous strength, and an outstanding rusher. Talk about him. He's rushing for 525 yards now and averages almost 5 yards a carry, and he's had some big games against us the past couple of years. Yeah,
I mean, he's, him and even Nate, like to us, they feel like, those two run harder maybe than any backs, in the conference. And, that's what I'm saying. And Puckett, again, he runs hard and, great pad level, and he's able to bounce off of tackles and get through seams when you think you have him contained, and he pops through. So he's a playmaking, great athlete of a player. And he's worked on his past games or throwing the ball a bit more and doing things, but he's still extremely, extremely dangerous with his feet. And we got to be able to, contain him and kind of control him and not give him the huge plays that he's been able to create against us in the past.
Well, while he's dangerous, they also have a pretty good junior tailback in Blake Bowman, who is the top running back with 431 yards on 95 carries. So talk about the type of runner that he is and how he complements their quarterback.
He comes as the quarterback in that, because everyone, worries about Puckett, and sometimes you forget about the other guys. So when you play these guys, it's, assignment football, and that's the keys. Everyone's got to be disciplined enough to do, their job, because Puckett's good enough to realize that, hey, everyone wants to worry about me. Well, I'm going to give the ball to my back, and then he's going to have a hole and hit it and run real hard from there. So he's a good tandem. They got good speed, vision. They run hard. I mean, he is the leading rusher. Then also 8 runs extremely hard as well, and it can't just be stop 4 because they have enough weapons to hurt you from there. It's about assignment football and being disciplined, in the schemes, on Saturday.
Offensively, they seem to have thrown the ball a little bit more than they have in the past. They have 2 quality kids. They have a sophomore receiver named Mark McAllister, who leads the team with 22 catches. And they also have the always dangerous senior in Juwan Pettis-Jackson, who really has kind of been a dual threat in terms of being a receiver, but also as a return specialist as well.
Yeah, they've opened up, the pass game a little bit to, I think, take some of the, the heat off and get people out of the box and be more of a balanced, offense. And 17, he's the guy. Seems like they want to get the ball to. I mean, they do a really good job with their tunnel screens and things from there. And he's got good hands. He's a big size, nice, big target for them. And then he's got great speed and big playmaking ability. And he made a big play with us, last year. So they have, some weapons to utilize the pass game. Again, so. It goes back to, again, the side of football that our DBs, they got to make sure that they take care of the pass and not have to worry about, not trying to get involved in the run game, which again, because Misericordia is not as heavy run oriented as they've been in the past, and more balanced. So they got their job to do, which is control the pass and let the front, 2 levels, take care of the run.
Moving on to the other side of the ball, the Misericordia defense is ranked last in the MAC, allowing 457 yards per game. They also allow 264.5 yards per game, and we've had a lot of success running against them in the past. So I'd imagine that is an area that we look to exploit.
Yeah, we want to build on, last week we ran the ball really well, against a team that doesn't want you to run the ball against them. So we have to be able to run the football. We've had success in the past, but again, watching them, on film, I mean, they're getting better. They're better, at trying to stop the run and things happen, later on, which maybe, deflate the stats from that standpoint. But again, we need to be able to run the football, possess the ball, and that'll open up things in the pass game and to help us keep a, good balance of run and pass, which we had last Saturday, and that's what we got to build on here. Possess the football, finish drives, and a good mix of run and pass to keep them off balance.
Talk about the Misericordia defense strategically. What type of system do they play?
I mean, they're a 3-4. System of getting guys, in the box, and then, they're, pick and choose when they want to play their pressures. They got some coverages there where they want to, be able to keep the ball in front of them, not give up, the big play. And then, but then they're doing a good job of getting guys rallying to the football. Up front, they have some big bodies, on that D line that, good motors, that again trying to reestablish line of scrimmage into the backfield. From there, their linebackers, a bunch of them have been around, for a while and getting better. And again, playing better assignment football and in good positions. And you just see, like I said, the improvement from year one to now. They're a much better defense.
Well, Coach, this is Game 7. There's only 4 more games left in the season, and that means that the season is starting to wind down on the careers of a bunch of seniors on their squads. So talk about your seniors and what this final stretch is going to mean.
It means a lot. These kids have been, they came in here, and a lot of them, especially on the defensive side, and some on the offensive side have played, in almost every single game. So this has been a big, big group to help us, push the program forward where we can compete with everyone, in our, on our schedule, and it's just about our, making plays to decide the game one way, the other. And these guys, they bring a lot of energy. They brought energy to our practices and passion, and kind of showed, the team that you can have fun, during practice, but still work extremely hard, and then they take pride in their jobs and have produced well for us, through the years. So it's going to be, exciting to see this last month, of the season for us. But this is a great group that's done a lot for us, and hopefully they're going to be able to enjoy their last 4 weeks and go out the right way.
Well, Coach, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us once again, and good luck on Saturday to you and your Monarchs when you travel to Misericordia University Saturday at 1 p.m. in an MAC contest.
Thank you very much.